Yeah, hello guys. One of the things a lot of people look out for in your sewing is the down part of the kaftan dress. So on this video I'll be taking you through the process of how you can have a best finishing on stitching the down part of the kaftan dress. So without any further delay, let's get started. So the first thing you have to do is to make sure you trim out all the rough edge by the down part at the down part of the kaftan dress, that is after you have already finished the sewing. So the next thing then you have to do is to fold the material together like this, and then you notch whatever the inches you leave for the folding at the down parts. So you notch it like this, and then after you have notch it like this, then you fold it on each other. Make sure that the pleating you have at the back, make sure that it relaxed very well, that it's not folding. Then you fold the back side as well. So then you press it. That is, if you're a total beginner, make sure you do what you press this, and then you can use iron to also fold the hem like this. You can use iron to fold the hem like this for you to have a easy sewing and a nice finishing as well. So once you are done doing that, but I'm not doing the ironing on this one. So once you are done doing that, then you place it on the machine, and then once you do the first stitches like this, make sure you check the back before you continue. Make sure you check the back and you see that the stitches of the machine is very okay at the back. That is, the machine is not, the stitches is not rough at the back. Then you do what? You fold it again like this. Then one thing that's very important here is to tension the down parts, and then you pull the upper part to the material, and then you check the stitches and make sure that the stitches is at the tip of the folding. The stitches is at the tip of the folding. And another thing that's very important here is that whatever the rough edge you have at the down part, make sure you trim it off, or do what? Or you fold it inside. The rough edge shouldn't be showing it outside. And then this joining at the back, that is the slit at the back, make sure that the line is straight and it fall on the right part. So when you're about to get to the end, make sure you check the side, the end part, and then make sure that it fall on that notch area which we did before. So you fold it like this, and then you tension the down side. You draw the down of this material we are sewing, and then you pull the upper part to it. So with that, the material will relax and lay perfectly well, even without having done the ironing. So let's do the same thing at the back, and I will also give you some other tip on doing the second one as well. So make sure you watch the video to the end so that you will learn a lot from it. So the first area we have to stitch is the down part, not the side. Yes, it's the down part, not the side. So now another thing here is that what can you do if assuming the thread cut. So I'll be showing you that as we are going further. So make sure that the stitches fall on the tip of this sewing, and you also check the back as well. You're sure that the stitches is very okay at the back. So once you do this, then you fold the material on it like this, and then you draw this one under. You draw it, you tension it, and then you pull the one at the upper part to it. So this will not make the folding to turn. This is what will not make the folding to turn, and you don't necessarily need to be putting pleating on it while you are doing this sewing. And then any rough edge you have, make sure you pull it inside. Make sure you do what? You pull everything. You insert any rough edge, make sure you insert it inside. And another thing here is that you have to fold the side now. You have to stitch the side now. So whatever the rough edge that is on the dress, make sure you do what? Make sure you cut it. So you measure whatever you have at the upper part here. You measure what you have at the upper part here. So on this one, I'm having like a 2.5. So at the down part as well, you measure it and make sure what you are having is a 2.5, and then you do what? You fold it inside. Make sure you fold it very well, and then you shouldn't make the material come out like this. Let it be at the tip. Don't make the material show outside like this. So that is the folding. Don't allow it to show at the front. So assuming the thread cut now, so this is what you have to do. You have to remove it from the machine and cut the down thread again. Yes, make sure you cut the down thread. You don't just fix the thread, because if you just fix the thread without cutting it at the back, it will give you a rough stitches at the back. So when you get to these slits, you stop and then you turn hand like this, and then you do the stitches slantly. You do the stitches slantly. So when you get to this side again, you can do what? You can as well measure it and make sure that what you are having is a 2.5 as well. Then you do the folding once. You do the folding once so that you'll be able to see whether the thing will show at the down part, that is this upper part now, will not be reflecting outside. Will not be reflecting outside. You do the folding once and then you stitches once and for all. Don't stitches small, that is bit by bit. Make sure you do the folding once and for all, so that you will have a perfect and a nice finishing. You can see that this stitches is very straight. So that is one of the things that will make your stitches to be very straight, so that when you stitches once, be able to do what? Be able to stitch it from up till down. So let's do the same thing at this side, and I'll also give you some other tips as well. So you do what? You fold here. So make sure that what you are folding is 1/2 inch. So make sure that what you are folding is a 1/2 inch, and once you do the folding, you fold it very well so that you will not have a zigzag stitches. That is, your stitches will not be bent and it will be very straight. So don't forget that if you have if the material, if the thread cuts, you have to remove it from the machine and cut it at the back. So once you cut it at the back, then you place the machine back on the sewing. Make sure that it fall on the previous stitches you are sewing before. And when you are to reinforce, that is when you are to reverse, your reverse shouldn't be too long. Just make sure you just tack it a bit so that reverse now will not make the stitches to be very rough again. I believe you can understand what I'm saying now. So that is the end of this video. I believe you derive value in this video. So please, if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, help me hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever I drop an amazing video like this again. So thank you for watching and remain blessed. Bye for now.